everyone. Welcome to the Secret Stage. We are back after a long vacation. Hope you enjoyed the Lost episode that unfortunately got had a few problems because flying between coasts can sometimes screw up which computers and which programs you have access to. But hey, it was the winter vacation anyways, so get over it, people. We're back.
I would like to, sorry to interrupt, but I would like to say that we did keep on current with our Saturday streams during the Christmas vacations.
And for those who don't remember who we are, that's Miguel. And Ramses is here too, right, Rams? Right, Rams?
I think Ramses is busy with all of our social media stuff, letting people know we're on.
Well, that's okay.
I would be intentionally silent to see if you guys were, just to see your precious reactions. Yeah, I'm here.
That was like me playing DS as you guys are sending out the social media stuff. It's like, Jared, I'm like, no, I'm here. Just let me wrap this up real quick. I promise I'm almost done. Yes, we're here. We have news, surprisingly, and God, a lot to talk about just because the winter vacation and everything. So rather than drag this out a little too long, Miguel, announce what game you're going to be on the live stream, and then we'll get into what you've been playing.
Okay, well, on the live stream, I am doing an indie game that is currently on the Greenlight stream service for to at least be on Steam. It's called 1990X, a game without mechanics. I can go into the whole details of the game, but check it out on the thing. On our page, we'll have a link to it. I'll do it when we upload the episode to YouTube. We'll have a link to the Steam page to greenlight it. It's already available for purchase on the developer's webpage, which I believe is 1990X, it's a gamewithoutmechanics.com. You can buy it there for $2. Not bad for a indie developed game.
So I think I've seen these guys at an event. I'm not sure if it was Boston Fig or if it was on one of the other cons I've been to, but I know I've seen these guys before. Yeah. I just don't remember where, and I feel bad because I feel like I should announce that or something, but I know, because when you said the name of the game, I'm like, oh no, I met these guys. I just don't remember when or where.
Anyways, so if you ever meet them again in another one of those indie development comments, just make sure you direct them over to us, to our live stream, and our thoughts for it.
Heck, give me the link for their website when this is over, and I'll see if I can set up a nice little interview or something with them.
Sure, no problem.
I've been working on that anyways. Can't say who yet, people, because nothing's been confirmed. But for those who missed our interviews from last year, they will be coming back this year in force, hopefully.
And I've been
ladies and gentlemen, Cliffy be confirmed.
I told him that I'd offer him beer and pretzels if he joined us on the podcast.
Pretzels, all the Unreal 2004, or you can play.
Yeah. We'll flip the hell out of it.
So let people watching the stream know I'm here. I haven't started because we're doing all of our pre-show stuff. I gotta get my 2 cents out first before I start playing.
Oh yeah, what you been playing, Miguel? And I know the list is gonna be long because it's been a while since our last show.
Yeah, well, it's not that long, but I've been playing plenty of games. I've been playing a lot of indie games, I've played the last live stream last week was Ninja Senki 1. I've picked up another Mega Man fan game called Mega Man Revenge of the Fallen. I've been playing a lot of Wii U stuff, a lot of Wii U titles. Mostly been playing a lot of NES remakes from the last stream I had. Mario World, a lot of Super Smash Brothers. I'm gonna be doing a replay of Zeldas throughout most of our Saturday streams now, because this will be the year that the Zelda for Wii U came out. So I'll be doing a lot of the Zelda games, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and I'm playing Guilty Gear Xrd Sign, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure a way to set up a stream so that way I can stream PS3 off of my setup, but hopefully one day I'll have it ready to go.
Yeah, our producers become semi-obsessed with Guilty Gear now.
Yay!
And not only that, I haven't touched Destiny in a while, but I'm going to be picking it back up soon. I might just pick up because the DLCs are out and the next DLC is coming out soon. A lot of leaks are coming out for what the future of Destiny holds. I can go into a whole tirade about it, but it's out there on the internet. You can find out what it is.
Google it. Google it.
Yep. And that's pretty much my list of games I've been playing.
Didn't you also pick up Long Live the Queen?
Oh yes, I did pick up Long Live the Queen. I forgot about that one. Also,
we were watching you play it when I came.
Yeah, I've also picked up some stuff during the Winter Sale as well. Long Live the Queen is one. I picked up The Bridge and Transistor, which was on sale for my summer thing. So yeah.
Oh boy, when you get to me, oh my god.
Well, let's go ahead and get to you straight up off the bat. I'm gonna start playing.
Don't forget what I'm annoying you with.
Oh yeah, then my wife just recently picked up the School Idol Love Live game, so I've been hearing that nonstop.
Blame the producer.
Wiki voiced anime girl singing idol songs.
Anyways, I'm done with my part. I'm pretty sure our viewers out there want to see me play this game, so I'm gonna go ahead and start playing. And I'll tell you shine and stuff.
Alright, Ramsey.
Oh boy, sit down for this one, guys, because I got lots to talk about here. All right, so since the last time we talked, I've been playing a lot of games, like an ungodly amount of games. First things first, I think a game that you and me are gonna talk about a little bit later. I picked up NES Remix for the 3DS.
Yep. It's a Christmas present for me, and been a slight obsession. Well, no, continue yours. I'll talk about my game. My turn.
Let's see. When I went up to Los Angeles to visit you guys, because it was the only time I'd be able to see you guys, and it was actually really good. I got to sit down and play Guilty Gear Xrd, and for the first time, I got to really sit down and really start playing a lot of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle. I only played it briefly before that, and that was the very first time I really sat down and really played that game. And I can see where the problem is with that game, with where a lot of criticism of the game is. But at the same time, in that same vein, I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And it's you guys were just watching me and Deb play it. It wasn't even it was just me and Deb just running rickshaw on that game, and that's all we did. And you guys were like, "Damn."
Well, because the game is a very entertaining game, just because of how over the top and crazy it is.
Yeah, that's something I really like. So that leads me to when I came back, and I got so many games in this Steam sale that's not even funny.
Merry Christmas from Steam, give us your money.
Yeah. So two of the games
I did not load Steam once during winter because I'm I don't have the money to spend on Steam right now. So I was really smart, unlike some people.
All right. So three of the games are known that I brought: Metal Gear Rising, Five Nights at Freddy's, and Serious Sam 3. Those three games I streamed on the live stream during the time as well. So in addition to Miguel live streaming, I was doing live streaming as well. Those were the three games I picked. I had. In addition to those games, I picked up the new Rise of Trad, Shadow Warrior, the new Shadow Warrior, The Elder Scrolls 5, Goat Simulator, Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon, Shadowgate, and Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. I'm pretty sure I'm missing one or two games here and there.
When are you gonna have any amount of time to be able to play all those?
By the way, I should let you know I own 120, 335 games on Steam.
He will find a way.
Jeez. I know a lot of people own game numbers that high. I thought my games are I think I have 60 or something. And I'm well, that's way too many games on Steam. I need to cut that down. And I did, mainly because my computer decided that living was not in its choices. Although several of my games I could play on my laptop, so it's just me not installing it on my laptop's really the thing. Because I could play Oddworld on my laptop and stream Oddworld, and that'd be a lot of fun. Because I like Oddworld. That's why I bought it. Well, actually, I own all the Oddworld games, but yeah, whatever. Seems like you've been, you had some busy purchases there, Ramsey.
It's the season to go crazy with purchases, and I'm trying to remember what else I played in between. So I'm pretty sure I played one or two things extra that I completely, spaced out on.
Well, we all played.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I can't remember anything else I played right now. That's the strange. That's the scary part. I remember. Oh, I started up. I started picking up playing a lot of older games on 3DS as well. I started playing a little bit of Animal Crossing, a lot of Tomodachi Life, like to the point where I'm like, Tomodachi, like I think like the third only to Smash Bros. Wii U and Smash Bros. For 3DS Ultimate NES Remix. The third game I'm playing a lot would be Tomodachi Life. And I just started looking up random. What's up?
I think our producer would really enjoy that game because she likes The Sims and stuff like that, and she doesn't want something that's so time-based like Animal Crossing. I think Tomodachi Life is that good little middle ground there.
Yeah, and I think it is, and like less NeoGaf for putting in celebrity people for the game. Now I have Tommy Wiseau just wandering around. Yeah.
Just two?
Yeah. Yeah. Might as well. I had so many these weird people. It's like I don't even know half these like I had like Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Iron Sheik. Just weird, just like because like the thing is, it's I mean, I don't want to add anybody. I don't want to add anybody I know because like it's creepy. Unless you guys are like unless I'm really good friends with you guys, I'm not gonna add anybody. It's like not that I know of. So it's like for the most part, it's just weird celebrities like that. So yeah, and that's about it. Again, I might be wrong. I might scream out like a Tourette syndrome idiot later if I missed anything.
I think that's a good enough list there. I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of. Okay, well...
no, I'm ashamed that I forgot stuff.
Well, that'll get you.
Anyways, keep going.
Okay, for me, it's been a spattering because when I fly out to the West Coast, I don't have my PlayStation, so things change for me. So, before I flew out, I played a little bit more of Atelier Aisha, because freaking love that Atelier series. And that game just so cute, so much fun. And exploration, yay! So that's I played like a little bit of that before I had to fly out. On my flight, of course, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon, both X, and I realized I have my copy of Ruby right here next to me, and what I realized after I got the game for Christmas, which was a nice little Christmas present, that I hadn't gone through the demo version like 10 times to get all the knickknacks, so I had to refresh the demo.
Okay, that might be just a little bit loud. I'm gonna go
that was a lot of bit loud. I can't hear that over here. I thought that was like a celebration of me like completing the demo 10 times. So I just forgot that I hadn't done that. It's like I clicked in and I'm like, how far did I go to this? Hey, you visited me 7 times now. And I'm like, oh, I gotta run through this like 4 more times. Okay. So yeah, Pokemon X, the demo thing, a little bit of Oracle of Ages, and then I got like into it and I was like, I'm not really in a Zelda mood. But now that we're talking, this is the year of, now I have to play it, so we'll get to playing that. As I made reference earlier, for Christmas I also got an Ultimate NES Remix. Been playing the hell out of that. I've completed several games. I completed Donkey Kong Jr., Dr. Mario, and this morning I finally took care of Punch-Out! Now that I figured out how to do the Power Punch thing, because there's so much I've just forgotten over the years. And I'm 1 mission left from completing Super Mario 2, which is... Everyone says that Mario 3 is their favorite. Mario 2 was always my favorite. There's something... I like having the multiple characters. I like just the fun of picking up items and throwing them, and picking up enemies and throwing them. And the chase with the masked Phantos, whatever his name is, the mask guy. I like that kind of stuff. I actually had a lot of fun with this franchise, and with that game specifically, in general. So, it took me just I've been going for the ones that are shorter wins that are like, oh, it only has like 7 missions. I'm like, oh, well, let me just finish that first right off the bat. Versus like Super Mario 1 that has like 23. I'm like, ugh, it's gonna take forever. And I think Super Mario 3 also has a lot. But hey, I just unlocked Zelda 2. I'm like, oh man, I want to do the Zelda 2 challenges so much. But having a lot of fun with that. On my Xbox, I ended up playing a lot of Tales of Vesperia. Because I never got around to completing that game because the Tales of games have one of two modes. Either they have a lot of fake out endings when you think you beat the last boss but you totally didn't, and then you have to go another 10 hours in the game and then you get to fight that last boss again. And there's the other version where you fight someone you think is the last boss, and then it turns out, oh no, that's just like the first third of the game. You're not even in the main plot yet. And Vesperia is one of those ones where it's like, you beat a guy, and then it's like, well, we beat him and saved the kingdom. What do we do now? Oh, why don't we form a guild and like travel the world doing good deeds? Okay, so then you do that for a while, and then you find out that Estelle has this like greater destiny, and then you got to try to figure out what that is. And it's something that keeps coming up, and something new keeps coming up every time you think you're getting near the end or eating stuff. And I like that, and I'm very much near the end now, but unfortunately ran out of days to play that. Played a little bit of Diablo, because my friend brought over his PlayStation. We were playing some Diablo 3. And that's fun. I actually have a copy of Diablo 3 now, and I just haven't gotten around to playing it. And he was like, okay, you need to check out all the character classes, so you know what character you want to play as. I still don't. I like the mage, and I like the witch doctor guy, actually. Which was the characters I'd have chosen anyways, even as it's my first playing through. Diablo 3, yeah, I'm behind on that, but whatever.
PS3 for the PS3 or for the computer?
A PS3.
Okay.
And I have the Ultimate Evil Edition because it was on Black Friday sale, but it didn't arrive until I think 8 or. Oh no, it was part of my Christmas presents pile that I was sending to my family. So it was over at my family's house alongside all the other presents I bought for everybody on Black Friday. Because I thought shipping was going to be slow, but then everything else I ordered to come to the Boston place came like within a week. So I did that box to my family's house outside in LA, or Orange County rather. So everything arrived way earlier than I was expecting it to, because last year, or it was 2 years ago, or whatever it was, everything took forever to get. Like, I think I got my stuff arrived on like the 23rd that year, and I was just like, not letting that happen again. So I always try to order it wherever I will be and hope that it comes in time. And then, yeah, with Miguel gave me a chance to play some Hyrule Warriors. That was awesome. I played some new Super Mario. That was awesome. Smash Brothers. So
yeah, you guys play Smash Bros on stream.
Yeah. And I will say this, playing Miguel's Wii U makes me want a Wii U so much. Like, oh man, this is an awesome system.
One of us.
Doing it. I'm gonna pick it up. Just give me some time. Just let me get my finances in order and get a better TV. But yeah, busy a couple of weeks of gaming for me. Really missing Tales. I might have to start loading up Tales of Graces when I have the chance, just because I forgot how much I love the gameplay style of that with the 2.5D on off battles. Really like the fighting system. You know what the fighting system reminds me of? And it kind of makes me want to play it again. The Clash of Ninja games on the GameCube.
Those would be fun.
Kind of reminds me.
I remember playing those.
God,
Back in the day,
they're still doing it. Those are the current Naruto games that they're releasing.
Yeah, I know. The Ultimate Storm games are in a very similar vein.
Yeah.
And I enjoy those as well. Actually, I can't remember the last one of those I played, but a friend of mine has them, and whenever we get together. He moved actually shortly after I moved, so I haven't played them in a while, but. It is one of the fighting franchises I really like, because while the series itself kind of got a little convoluted and stupid, you could still really enjoy how awesome these characters are and how fun some of them are to use and play. Like just rocking through his Killer Bee and having all his stupid rhyming lines and stuff like that, and then transforming into a freaking octopus and just destroying everybody.
Come on, Killer Bee's awesome.
Killer Bee is awesome. So... Yes, lots of gaming for all of us, and I think that's the fun of vacation. You know, just gaming as much as you possibly can before your brain like goes, too much gaming.
And here's the thing, I didn't take I think just this time period that we had between the last episodes, it really showed that there was that despite it like kind of like one of those years where nothing was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that we played the most games in that 3-week period.
Yeah, that really is the. Well, you know why? It's because if we did this week by week, I'd have been like, well, this week I played some Atelier Aisha and I played some Pokemon. You know, because it all adds up over time. So when you have the 3 weeks, just visiting Miguel and just playing different things with Miguel, visiting Todd and playing things with my buddy Todd, and things like that adds the games you play when you are around different people. That's where the big change is. I mean, I watched my brother play some Assassin's Creed Unity, so and I watched my friend Todd play some Destiny because he wanted to show off his like level 30 characters, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll check him out. I'll see you just destroy everything. So there's stuff like that. Like I'm not even including the games I watched other people play in my list.
Yeah, like I said, like you saw me. Like I said, not even me and Stan. It was me and Deb going at it in All-Star Battle.
Yeah, well, and I also watched a little bit of Guilty Gear, and I watched a little bit of Smash as well, even though I didn't play Smash. But, so being able to just... you experience different things when you're around different people. And that's kind of the fun part of vacation. You got to come up to Orange County, general Orange County region, Ramses, and got to play and do different things. I got to hang out in Orange County and play and see different things. And
come to Orange County, play video games.
Hey, look, we have 3 things in Orange County: Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, and video games.
Yep.
Choose one. Or in the case of some of our people on our staff, you choose 2. Because Disneyland is pretty awesome, actually, but whatever. This is not the Disney cast. It is actually technically time for news. So
technically you do have 79.
Yeah, technically I'm the one who starts the news. Yes. So okay.
Technically you do.
So here we are, folks. News.
Technically start the news, please.
Yeah, we don't have a full news. We need a news.
Shut up and start the news.
All right. Beginning with good news. One of my favorite web zones, Internet Archive, does it again. Yes, folks. They're bringing out a bunch of new games for free to play, and this time it is 2,400 MS-DOS games. God, I love Internet Archive. I think last time I checked it, they had like 100 MS-DOS games or something, and they just added a huge amount over the winter break.
They added like 150 or actually they added like 250 or so arcade games, and not only that, like old like dead systems and old expired licensed games on other systems as well.
Yep. All playable in your browser, requires no emulator or anything else. Very easy, very simple, very awesome. And something we really need to start streaming some of the things out of Internet Archive when we have the chance, just to play like a run of like Ms. Pac-Man or something.
We were mentioning earlier, like we should I made the offhand joke of like just King's Quest 1.
We totally could. I remember a lot of that game, so if you get stumped, I can be your like information source without having to look it up on the internet.
So you'll be
the problem is like that's the kind of game. It's like I wish we can like find a way to like have all of us be the controller in different locations.
Well, the controller, the whole game is keyboard based.
Well, something to that extent. You know what I mean?
We have to have like multiple streams set up at the same time.
That's not a bad idea, actually. But keep going. Yeah.
And then have one computer streaming it all 3 together.
Because I'm a huge fan of horror movies, I have to bring this up, though I think it's going to be bad. There is a Friday the 13th game in production. It will be done in that style with one versus a group. Obviously, the one will be Jason Voorhees, and the group will be a group of survivors.
Oh,
and it'll be kind of in that... just a couple other games that have that kind of a mode set up. But usually it's the group of people hunting the one person. This time will be the one person hunting the group of people. It's meant to be part of like a big multimedia cross promotional project alongside supposedly a new Friday the 13th TV series and a new movie. So I guess this year is 13th.
Go on.
That was it.
Yeah, I remember hearing about the Friday the 13th TV show. I didn't know that the TV show and this game was going to be linked.
I don't know if they're going to be linked. I think it's just a cross-promotion project to just have the words Friday the 13th be plastered on every media platform possible. Because, I mean, obviously this game doesn't sound like it has a plot. It's plays a survivor or plays Jason and do your best. Which I think is kind of like, to just try to run away or set traps. Because I don't think I would assume, as the players, you couldn't kill Jason because they usually they don't. He comes back. So I figure it's all about escaping and getting to whatever the final goal is. I guess getting into your car and driving the hell out of Crystal Lake. I mean, unless it's something along the lines of, to get your car started, you need to find these items, and it's one of those kind of things where you got to be very cooperative. Not a lot of information is in there. I would like it to be that. We actually have to be cooperative, so every time someone gets killed on your group, it's like, crap, Bill had the gas can. We gotta find Bill's body and get the gas can.
It's one of those like that's one of my favorite modes to play when I play Left 4 Dead, where it's like there's 4 players who assume the roles of the survivors, and it's like 6 other players are assuming the roles of random higher up zombies. Like you can be a smoker, you can be like you the big fat guy that projectiles. You can be a witch, you can be a boomer.
Witch, smoker.
Yeah, my little brother likes to play as a boomer. He's become a Left 4 Dead fan, which just behind my back, he just became one. I'm like, when did that happen? I don't like horror movies, but Left 4 Dead's awesome. I'm like, okay, it's weird, but all right, whatever. This does sound fun. Hopefully I hope it's almost like a free-to-play kind of thing, because I could see this as like a free-to-play on Steam, and I'd probably do it. But I don't know if I'd actually pay for this game.
If it's like $5, maybe $10, maybe. It depends on the quality of the game. I want to know what my objectives are as a survivor. Because I clearly know what I'm supposed to do as Jason. Jason's no clear cut. There's no clear.
Is survivors like? Is the survivor thing just about getting through the safe zone? Is the survivor thing about collecting these items so you can escape? Is it about setting up specific traps to actually slowly but surely wear Jason down and maybe, if not kill him, at least disable him enough so you can escape? Like, I don't know, but I hope it's not just like survivors with machine guns versus Jason, because that's kind of unfair. I'm going up against Jason, but I decided
unless there's like 50 Jasons coming out. Unless you played like 50 Jasons or something like that, then maybe, but...
Phoenix, that's ready to get Freddy and Jason. Like I said, I get this feeling it's going to be bad because it seems really shallow. You can make this shallow if it's inexpensive and fun. Who cares?
Yeah.
Shallow doesn't necessarily mean bad, but I'm worried just because I've played the original Friday the 13th video game, and I'm just like, we've tried this before, it didn't work. And I saw like Jason Voorhees on like one of those really bad, like WCW or something like that, like back in the day. So my feeling is that Jason Voorhees can do well outside of his movies is not really high.
No, not really at all.
I miss WCW stupid matchups. RoboCop's gonna help Sting.
Guys, sorry to interrupt this talk of Bizarro files, but we're doing Super Stage.
I know.
So,
thank you, Herbie.
Someone go back and find me a good WCW game that features really retarded characters. I would totally play that. I don't mean retarded as in like mentally disabled. I mean retarded as in just plain stupid, like just dumb characters that are WCW-tastic.
Remind me next time you come up here to bring an N64 and WCW NWO Revenge. Anyways, keep going.
Yes, by all means. Okay, next. something we've been talking about on and off occasionally as news comes out about it. PlayStation Now subscription prices are available. It is $20 for 1 month or $45 for 3 months. And as far as I can tell, there's no year subscription option. I feel that it's totally not worth it. It just seems really expensive, and no year subscription kind of everything. All the other streaming services have a year subscription. I don't see why this doesn't. I guess is kind of my point on that. PS2 and PS1 games are promised, but they don't know when they're going to come out. And I'm like, yeah, but that could mean they come out right before the service becomes obsolete. I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in PlayStation Now. I'm sorry. What do you guys think?
I'm still not sold on the whole PlayStation Now thing.
I like how we have the same reaction.
Though I have my various Best Buy browsing that I like to do sometimes. I have noticed that some Sony TVs and I think a few Samsung TVs have on their box that says that those TVs support PlayStation Now.
Yeah, because what you can do is you can plug in the controller and just drop on the internet and buy a con Dios.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Okay, service, you've earned 1 point in your box that if I don't have my PlayStation available, but I'm on the right kind of TV, I can still do it.
And also have a pretty reliable internet.
That's true. If I'm not on my station, my PlayStation, and I'm not on my TV, I can't guarantee my internet level.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about you, Ramses?
I'm trying to look at the list of games they have right now available right at this very moment, just so I can see. Maybe there's a lot more going on. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty sizable list. It has a lot of good games in here, but it's just
it's not 100 games.
It's a little bit more since then. But it's just like, like right now, let's see here. I'm looking at I want to say 150 games right about now.
Okay.
But there's some games that's okay, Resident Evil 5, okay. You have Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil Code Veronica X, Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles HD. Where's Resident Evil 4 HD?
No, right?
Really?
So I'm like, what the fuck? Let's see here.
Wait, Operation Raccoon City? But everyone loves Operation Raccoon City. I can be a smart ass too.
Yeah, there you go. But no, it's Resident Evil 4 is the most important one for me at least. I know you have your opinions, and we can go out. I think I'll slide up to. Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't care. That's fine. But the list just doesn't seem. I need more. I need at least. They don't even have Metal Gear in here. None of them.
None of them?
None of them. I'm surprised.
Should at least
no Metal Gear Solid 4, no the HD version.
Streaming 4 would be a pain in the ass.
And I could have sworn Ground Zeroes was part of that list also.
Oh yeah, I'd do it just so I could just rent Ground Zeroes real quick. And, well, I guess I get Redbox Ground Zeroes, so. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's just look. Wait, this is good if you have no access to your television. But to be honest with you, all the games all the games that are available right now, it's not really worth it. If anything, you're better off just bring your laptop and a couple of hard drives and play off Steam right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or find a way to make a dedicated a dedicated line.
Mm-hmm.
And then find a way to trick the internet to make it seem like you're all in one connection at the same place, and then do a home stream of whatever game you're playing off your computer, off our Steam, because you can actually use them. You can actually do that, and it's just I would rather do that.
I could go from my laptop to my TV with a big screening on a Steam, and I could do that anywhere. I could. At a hotel, I could hook up my laptop, as long as I had internet on my laptop, to the hotel TV and just do big screening on Steam and be just as happy, if not more so, because at least I own those games and don't have to worry about any kind of timer saying, oh crud, I can only play this game for X amount of time or what have you.
Yeah. And you own the games too.
Games on other mediums, it makes it very difficult for me to do this. So it has to be a really robust list of things that I would like to try before I buy, but that's kind of what demos are for. Or in if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you have the hour trials or whatever they are, which is kind of in that same category. Just let me get the first couple missions of the game in just to see if I'm into it, and it just for the price does not seem worth it to me.
And that's another thing. It's like, look, what if you have PlayStation Plus? What they should do is, you have PlayStation Plus, it should be at least half the price, $7 a month. Because like you're already paying, you already put down $50 a year for it. You might as well like take off the half the price. Because like if you have the option, you can just get you can just get the game for free.
Yeah.
And most of the time, it's better games that are more worth your time to play than say Assassin's Creed 1.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense to Assassin's Creed 1, it's just like, I think people would rather play Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, that's most people's favorite. So.
Yeah.
I give my little brother, who's become an Assassin's Creed fan out of nowhere. He just suddenly show up and he's a huge Assassin's Creed fan, and I'm like I've been wanting to try Rogue, and he's like, oh man, Rogue's the best game since 2. And I'm like, really? Most people say 4's the best game since 2. He's like, nah, 4 gets repetitive and boring. I'm like, oh, okay. It's the first time I've ever heard anyone who didn't really like 4. So, but I don't care because I think it's because he doesn't care about the pirate thing, and I don't care about the pirate thing. So I think if the pirate gimmick doesn't mean much to you, 4 probably isn't as exciting. So, but he really liked Rogue, and I'm probably going to play that eventually, considering I have a copy of it. But we should be moving on. We still have a lot more news. On the was really exciting and then massively depressing side of news, Majora's Mask 3D Special Edition was going to come with a Skull Kid figure. I say was because, unfortunately, according to both Ramses and Miguel, it is already sold out, which just puts me into sad face mode and makes me want to curl up under my desk and cry.
And they said they had a wave of people come in and make pre-order.
Yep. That's the thing that sucks sometimes about collector's editions too. And I mean, I worked at GameStop before, back in the day, way back in the day. And when there were, and I don't know when that changed, but back then when you pre-ordered something like a big game, there was a big game, like, I don't know, there's some big games that would release that's been anticipated for such a long time. Mm-hmm. You kind of knew there was a collector's edition going
like Halo 3 or something.
Yeah.
Because I think it's around that point that you were working there.
Yeah. Yeah, I came on Halo 3, yeah. So, if you pre-order the regular edition without waiting for any kind of collector's edition news, because people really wanted to get this game, it didn't matter what's collected or not. Once the collector's edition was announced, they somehow made it so that way, back then, that old reservation SKU number that they had turned out was rolled over as a limited edition pre-order. So.
Yeah, I remember that. If there was like a pre-order bonus, but you pre-order ahead of time, you'd still get the bonus.
Yeah. But
they released an improved version for like the same price. You get the improved version.
Yeah. I don't know when the change where you didn't do that anymore, but you know what? It's not a big deal to me. I mean, it would have been cool to have the Skull Kid statue, but at the same time, it's like, well, I'd rather get that. I'm playing it for the game, and the statue's a nice bonus. So I have seen, and people have told me that there have been just the pre-orders for themselves for the collection edition have gone up to sold for like hundreds of dollars.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Zelda fans are insane.
Yep.
Nintendo fans in general are kind of.
I think we've proven both those points over the last couple of months of this show.
Yes.
Okay, trying to move on to something that's slightly more better, I guess. Assassin's Creed the movie has an official release date. It will be December 21st, 2016. It still has Michael Fassbender playing the lead, which I put in my notes as Desmond question mark, but it's never been said. He could possibly just be a completely original assassin, and they could just make it a side story, which I think is their best choice personally, but I just don't know. There's no information on the plot, and it's been in production for so long. You'd think there'd be at least some piece of the plot available.
Well, the few other things is that Ubisoft Montreal or whoever is the developer, the studio for it still has some kind of creative control for it. So maybe they'd be like, don't release anything information yet for it on it, because they're probably still writing a script for it. So maybe it might be something original that doesn't include Desmond, so that way they don't have to bring the whole Desmond arc back. Or they might
and they're not going to recreate one of the stories from the games so that fans don't get pissed off when they get some really terrible white guy to play Altair.
Yeah. Or
it's like, what? Altair's not white!
Or maybe they're planning to make after the end of Revelations, or they continue the story from there, you know?
Yeah, some middle point between Revelations and 3.
Yep.
We need to go to America. Now, before we get to America, though, we need to go back in the Animus for a few minutes.
Or maybe in 3, or after the events after 3, with stuff happening after, with the whole, first society type of deal, but everything has its thing. All we know is that it's coming out December now, finally, and I don't know what to say on it, since I still have my copy of Assassin's Creed 4 still sitting there unwrapped, waiting to be played.
I saw it personally with my own 2 eyes.
What makes this even more interesting, and is probably either shows the confidence of 20th Century Fox or the stupidity, is that the other movie that'll be coming out around that time is the first of the Star Wars spin-offs. For those who don't know, Star Wars Episode 7 will be 7, 8, 9 will be coming out a year or 2 years apart, and in between 7 and 8 and 8 and 9 will be a spin-off movie, because Disney is going to milk the hell out of this franchise. And the current rumor, the last one I heard prior to the break, was that the movie was going to be kind of a Dirty Dozen group of mercenaries or rebels who are trying to steal the Death Star plans. Because they never explain how Princess Leia got the Death Star plans. So it's going to be that story. Now, for those who are before the major retcons that Disney put it out, the story was Cal Katarn in the beginning of the Dark Forces game. In Dark Forces, the original game of that series, Cal Katarn busts into an Imperial base and kills the hell out of a bunch of Imperials, steals the Death Star plans. If this mercenary movie is going to be that, they could still put Cal Katarn in there. We could actually have a canonized version of Cal Katarn, or some very similar character to Cal Katarn showing up, which I would totally dig. As long as it's not Dash Rendar. I freaking hate Dash Rendar.
Now, what if, I don't know what they plan on doing at the end of Rebels, and I know we're going into Bizarre Files.
I know. But it's connected. It connects to the Assassin's Creed movie, so it's okay.
This is just real quick. We could probably do an episode of Files for this later, but what would they do with the Rebels though? If they do, if they don't kill off those characters, will they make an older appearance in those spin-offs?
There's a couple rumors that have been coming out. One is that maybe one of the characters, likely Ezra or Kanan, will show up as an older version of themselves in episodes 7, 8, or 9. That has been a rumor that's been going on for a while now. But a lot of people are just believing they're going to do a swan song ending, and just the whole group's going to get wiped out. Which is really sad to think about, because these characters are really likable. And that'd be really dark. Especially for the case. Like, even Tron Uprising didn't end with a swan song, even though it totally should have. Well, it didn't end properly because it got canceled, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But then again, the series does have its moments. So, anyways, back on track to Secret Stage talk. We can leave Bizarre File talk for later. Secret Stage talk. Anyways, I don't know if you guys have been watching the stream. What do you guys think so far?
That's pretty good so far. The game, it's pretty interesting.
Yep.
I'm seriously, I've just been looking at my news notes the entire time. I'm sorry.
You can go back and watch, Jared. You know how it goes.
Yeah. Well, I have one last news story, and then Ramses, I know you have some news stories, so I'll get my last one out of the way so we can get to your side of the news, and I can watch the stream. I've been looking forward to this. There were rumors that there was going to be a spiritual successor to the classic horror franchise Clock Tower. I love Clock Tower. If I could do a Clock Tower stream, I totally would. That would be like my Halloween stream if I could do it. It finally has a name. It is going to be called Night Cry, which I'm fine with. That sounds horror movie enough to me. The staff includes the original creator of Clock Tower, whose Japanese name I can't pronounce, and the art designer for Silent Hill, specifically the one known for creating Pyramid Head. So that works in a spiritual successor to a game that had a maniac running around with a giant pair of scissors murdering people. I'm fine with this guy creating some weirdly creepy-looking monster of some bizarrely large bladed weapon. The part that got to me with this whole story is the fact that it's being released for PS Vita, iOS, and Android, which, nothing against those formats, but when I play a horror game, I want to be immersed in it, and I never get immersed into something that's handheld. There's no handheld game that's ever really immersed me into it. I need a bigger screen. I need to have good speakers that blast the sound around me, so I can get really into it and then get freaked out, get scared, or have a jerk come up behind me and scare me in the middle of it, like my friends used to do back in the day with Silent Hill and a handful of other games. During the creepiest parts, just slap me on the shoulder and make me jump 3 feet because my friends are jerks. So I don't know. I don't feel the sense of immersion, but maybe they need those because of gimmicky stuff. And I think I'd be fine having gimmicky stuff in a horror game, especially one where the whole plot is deranged maniac with large bladed weapon, or not always, because Clock Tower 3 is coming after you, and you better run. You better run fast. And so you put some gimmicky stuff in there. I think that could actually work on a tablet type thing, or on the Vita, which also has a touchscreen kind of thing. Although if that's the case, give me a 3DS version. Let's just freaking make this 3D while we're at it. Wii U version, yeah, that is a tablet. We could have alternate versions of this. I'm fine if it's not specifically on PlayStation or Xbox, but you need a touchscreen thing. Nintendo has 2 systems of touchscreens. Just saying. But hey, I'm just happy to see the spiritual successor to a franchise I really loved, because there's certain full horror franchises that just never get the recognition they deserve, and I feel like Clock Tower is one of those. I feel it just kind of got forgotten at some point, because the games had flaws. The games were great, but
I will agree. It's like that. I'm glad that they're trying to do something with a Clock Tower game, but it never really had that pull as. I think it's just got lost in the shuffle of games like Resident Evil and also Silent Hill. More so Silent Hill more than anything.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a thing also where certain things can sometimes pop up though. I mean, we did get Spirit Camera, for the good and bad of Spirit Camera, which is kind of vaguely connected to Fatal Frame. I know Becky played that.
Okay, and I found out you can't trade it in at GameStop.
Oh, really?
Because what happened is you have to have the instruction manual to play the game. It's part of the game. And the gimmicks and stuff for it. So what ends up happening is they basically said, nope, you can't take it. Because then people will trade it in without the book. So it's like, nope, you can't get it without. So there is no used versions of that at GameStop.
They should have the same rule for Metal Gear Solid then. You can't trade back Metal Gear Solid because you need to have the back of the box, otherwise you can't complete the game.
Oh my god, don't remind me.
I know, that one really pissed me off the first time I played as well. Then I went back to the game with Twin Snakes and totally forgot about it for a while. So I was like, what the hell are you talking about the back of the box? Oh, son of a bitch! It's right, it's the back of the game box, the stupid fourth wall breaking BS in this game. I'm just
Only for
expecting
Greenlight.
2. I don't have any fourth wall breaking BS until the very end of the game, and then it's just funny fourth wall breaking BS.
Anyways.
On to your side of the news, Ramses.
Alright, first things first. Miguel, you want to talk about one or two things, right?
I can always leave it toward the end. Just go ahead and you start up.
Alrighty, because I think a lot of it overlaps to what we wanted to do. So I guess I can start it here.
Jump in when necessary, then. But
Alright, sounds good.
news. I'm gonna watch the stream now.
Okay, so first things first. We talked about this. We talked about this on the last show that got lost. But
the last show got
the
posted.
thing is,
it took 2.5 weeks for it to get posted.
All right, well, 20 posted. I didn't know that. Okay, well, that's
This
news to me.
is posted prior, anyways. It's just the stream, the Jason podcast version.
But
Well, anyways.
I just want to say so. Like, thankfully, it wasn't completely lost since the episode was loaded up on YouTube.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
just I call it the lost episode because it took us 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks to post it. That's why. It wasn't actually we had lost the audio or anything. It's just it took us a while to actually get to it.
But I was gonna say, yes.
I like those rain effects. Okay, continue on. I'm sorry, I'm making content because I wanted me to know how I felt about it. By the way, I dig the old aesthetic, Miguel. That's why I need to see more of your playing, but I dig the old aesthetic. Okay, now Ramses, on with your side of the news.
Alright, so basically the first things first is a non-story, what I like to call it. Basically, it's a non-story that leads into a full story. The non-story is Harada, Setsuro Harada, the creator of Tekken, has come out and said, yeah, I was only joshing all of you guys when it came to not bringing Lucky Chloe to the United States. Which I said, yeah, no shit.
Well, yeah, they're not going to remove a character from a game unless the character is really wildly offensive.
Or the character's a DLC character.
Or DLC character. Well, by the way, had they just made Lucky Chloe a DLC character, fine. You don't like her, don't download her. I am. She is a cutie pie, and I think she'd be really fun to play as.
It's like that's the same thing with Elfbelt. She's a DLC character for Xrd. There are people that don't like her. It's like, fine, don't download her then. Even though she's
I love her. I love waifu. I love waifu. Ultimate waifu.
No, like literally, that's her gimmicky part too. Is the whole love and wife thing. So she's like wants to be a waifu.
Exactly. It's actually kind of eerie. But so that piece of news leads into the new that a few weeks with that same announcement, they also announced a new character for Tekken 7, which is called Shahid. He is
This character is so awesome. Explain him. I'm sorry for interrupting.
He is he's a Middle Eastern guy. He wears the head garb and everything. But the thing is, what I love about it is he's not offensive. He is like really respectable in terms of his design. You would think if they made a caricature, if this was Capcom made, they would have totally offended at least someone with his design. But props to
Based off a real person. It's not even an offensive one.
Well, no, the thing is, like, what I like the most is, like, Bandai Namco for actually making a character that's not offensive at all. You would think, and not offensive, but he looks really cool. Like
Yes.
really cool. I'm like, I want to see this guy in action.
Now, here's the thing I want to say, comment, and this comes back to a lot of this, I guess it's the stuff that's all currently in our thing is all of our recent current event stuff. They don't want to see a Middle Eastern character take on a role of a hero if that's what they're gonna do, or do something with it. Even though this is based off of a real person, real facts and stuff.
People are being racist.
Yeah.
People are being, like Becky said, people are being racist on the thing. It's like, to me, I never heard of this guy before Tekken popped up, and when I saw it, I was like, hey, this is going to be pretty awesome. A Middle Eastern character, it's pretty cool. I want to see how he plays. But then when I found out more, it's actual things like, oh, he smokes. They'd be interesting, but we'll see.
Yeah, I thought the character looked awesome. and I want to see more gameplay of the character. I didn't know he was based on a real person, and I still think that's kind of cool. And, you know, it's kind of that point of like, well, it's about time we get a character from there. We have characters from all over the world in Tekken, which is one of the things I actually like about that franchise, is, you know, as much as I enjoy Dead or Alive, most of your characters are Asian in descent, and then you have a handful of Europeans. In Tekken, you have characters from all over the world. You have South Americans, you have North Americans, you have Europeans, you have Africans, you have... You know, why not have that?
You have pandas and kangaroos and dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, and all the stuff that's in there as well. But
And robots.
and every single character. Oh yeah, Mokujin. But every character is treated with respect, even if they're kind of a joke character like Mokujin. There's still respect, and I love Mokujin's endings because they're almost always like Mokujin conquers the world. Or destroys the world, or something along those lines. I always find that amusing because he's a joke character. So here's his ending: he destroys the world. The end.
So one of the things I'm excited to see is like he's Middle Eastern. So I mean, the only martial arts that I can think of that they can tack onto him is going to be Krav Maga. And if that's the case, he might be one of the very first like fighting king characters, and maybe I might be wrong. So he might be one of the very first fighting king characters that uses Krav Maga. I'm pretty sure someone in Dead or Alive 5 uses it, but don't. What's up?
You might be right. I can't think of any character off the top of my head. I mean, there might be someone in like Virtua Fighter, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, but you don't see that fighting style used that much in fighting games. And it's like if you ever see like Krav Maga in action, it's basically like CQC in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's gonna be cool
of the Russian martial art they have. Oh shoot! It's like first thing came to my mind was Salat. Like no, Salat's knife fighting. There's a different Russian, like grappling martial art thing that you almost remember. You see a variant of it in the Dead or Alive games, but it's not the actual the actual martial art. I can't remember this Russian grappling thing. Someone's gonna it's gonna come to it at some point.
Who uses that style?
Well, in Dead or Alive, it's the one used by Bayman, but it's called Russian martial arts, and that's not the actual thing. At least that's in the American Russian martial arts.
That's all. Hold on. It's like I got this wiki up right now.
Thing.
Sambo.
It's the Sambo. Thank you. That's what I was thinking of. Because Sambo
is
a lot.
I had the wiki up just as he says. Like, who is it? Okay, cool. There it is.
Yeah.
Bam.
Sambo and Salat are like the two Russian martial arts, which are both very brutal. I mean, when you see them performed, even in practice, because I've seen Salat only in practice, it's one of those things where you're like, man, there's nothing the Russians do that isn't just outright brutal. It's just how rough and how painful can we do? We need to take you down. We need to take you down now. And I think Krav Maga is supposed to be kind of like Sambo, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's supposed to be really...
Well, Krav Maga is supposed to be for like disarming people. That's the idea. Like if an attacker is coming right at you, it's meant to like disarm the guy and then like not only disarm but also to like stop them dead in their track.
Yeah, it's a real blunt force striking kind of thing. It's drop your opponent.
Yeah, so it's like I want to see like, and that's something I'm excited. Like when you hear stuff like that, like that's when the eyes light up. Like, oh, how's he gonna play? How's his style gonna play? Because like when I first saw that character, like I instantly like gravitated to you. Later on, I started appreciating the design of the actual character. I'm like, this is really awesome.
Becky was looking up that style of fighting that you were talking about. The only other game that fighting style appeared in was in Splinter Cell Conviction. Sam Fisher uses that style.
Well, yeah, because that's CQC.
Makes sense. Yeah.
All right, so
it makes sense for him to use that. Here's the thing. I know some people who've trained and helped train Navy SEALs and Green Berets, and they learn martial arts from the best of the martial arts from around the world. So like the knife fighting techniques that they're taught are been the kind of the style of Salat. The grappling stuff they're taught is I don't remember. It's not judo. It's something else. But each of they're taught like the most important things from different styles of martial art. And so for Sam Fisher to have some skills like that would make perfect sense because that's the training he should have. It's the, okay, just in case you can't hit your gun or something, you need to know the best way to just take your opponent down as fast as possible. And if possible, quietly.
And also, here's how you like slit their necks, slit their throats as well.
Well, yeah.
But yeah. Any other thoughts on this recent Tekken 7 stuff? Anyone else? All right, fair enough.
I can't wait for it to come out to at least try it out.
Yes,
I can't see and you see the things like what I like is like you have two dud characters that they announced, and now they're starting to ramp up the crazy and the interesting in it. So input that now like I turned around to Tekken 7. I really want to see what's gonna come up after this.
I've been excited for a while on this one because after 6, I'm like, okay, you guys are running out of like martial arts and countries, so what are you gonna do for the next one? And then they had like Tag 2 and a few other little things that came out. I was like, okay, well, I'm waiting, and then finally this, and then the announcements of the various characters. I'm like, yes, I'm in. I need the Iron Fist tournament to return and be as completely batshit as it possibly can be.
Now, one last thing they did announce, more of a technical thing, is that they announced that like how the game's gonna be, how you're gonna be able to play the game. Basically, what you can now do is, since in Japan you can switch this to just all on one side. You can have the game set up so both characters are facing the same side on the represented screens. So, for example, if you play more towards the left side of the screen, you can set up so you can play at the left side of the screen right at the default.
Okay, so then, no matter what, I'm always set on the left side. Even if you're also set on the left side, I would see my screen and you'd see your screen the same way because they'd just be mirrored.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So, because I like that's good for beginners. Because, like, for example, I had to get used to a while playing it. When it comes to when it comes to a fighting game, I have to get used to like how the directions work and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a really good way for me to the training wheels way of playing it, where it's like, okay, fine, I'm now facing the way I favor myself playing a lot more.
Well, the thing is, for me, as being a little brother, I got so used to being on the player 2 side, which is usually the right side of the screen. So it got weird when I was playing single player, and then I'd be on the left side, and I just wasn't used to it, because I'd always be looking like, that's not the character I select. Oh, right, I'm on the other side of the screen. I remember that in Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat quite a bit, just being like, yeah, that's not who I am. I didn't select Scorpion. This is stupid. This game sucks. It doesn't even select me. Oh, right. I'm Sonya and I'm on the other side of the screen. Right.
Okay, the next bit of news is Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is coming. And
no
please,
surprise.
No, don't buy me this game, please. Whatever you guys do, do not buy this game for me. I already had it up to here with the first game. I don't want to see any more. Please hold me, Jared.
This is one of those things where when you said you were going to live stream Five Nights at Freddy's, I just fell over laughing because I'm like, oh my gosh, that is the worst possible game for Ramses to play.
And it was. We have the footage uploaded on our we'll put the footage with this episode. But yeah, there is footage of me screaming like a little girl.
Yeah.
All right, next bit of news. It's something we skipped over, but I wanted to talk about briefly. In the new One Piece game for the 3DS, you can actually unlock costumes with in conjunction with Amiibos. The list goes as follows: Luffy, you use Mario and Luigi, you unlock costumes or Mario and Luigi costume for Luffy. You use Link, you unlock a Link costume for Zoro. You use Fox McCloud, you unlock a Fox costume for Sanji. You use Yoshi, you unlock a costume for Usopp. You use the Wii Fit Trainer, you unlock a costume for Nami. You use a costume for Brook, and you use a costume for Marth, you unlock a costume for Brook. You unlock use Donkey Kong, and it unlocks a costume for Frankie. You use the Samus amiibo, and it unlocks for Nico Robin. And finally, you use the Kirby amiibo, and you can unlock a costume for Tony Chopper.
Of course you could, yeah. Why not?
Yeah. It's like, Yeah, okay, so that's all my non-news right there. next up on the list is J-Star's Victory Versus Plus is coming to the United States on PS3, PS4, and PS Vita. I'm excited for this because it has, well, we already discussed this before. Anything with the word sensei in it's an instant buy for me. So,
do you know the franchise list that's in that game?
Let me see.
It's me a lot of things, but just the big guns that people would actually recognize the titles of, or at least us anime nerds.
All right, I have the list right here. We have Assassination Classroom, which just started it barely started its anime. Bleach, Bobobo, Dr. Stump, Dragon Ball, Fist of the North Star, Gintama, Hell Teacher Nube, Hunter x Hunter, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Kochikame, Medaka Box, Naruto, One Piece, Reborn, Rurouni Kenshin, Saint Seiya, Sakakage Otojuku, Toriko, and Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes, just a handful of some of the most popular shonen fighting and action mangas ever. So yeah, just a handful of them.
Well, there could be more because, like I said, this is getting a PS4 version, so it's like they might actually add more before the end of all of this.
Yeah.
Which is like I sincerely hope that they beef up the Saint Seiya characters and they put in Kinnikuman. Man.
Oh, Kinnikuman Man would be amazing if that's a franchise owned by so the Shoshio, right?
Yeah.
It's all Shoshio franchise.
But it is.
Okay.
It is. Next bit of news is One Piece Pirate Warrior.
I'm sure I am one.
That's fine. It's like you know very well what's going on.
So I know the old school stuff. It's the new school stuff I think is terrible, but I know my old school stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've read almost every one of the series on that list. So.
So continuing on. In addition to that bit of news, One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 is coming to the United States for PS3, PS4, and PS Vita, and for the very first time on Steam.
Just kind of cool. I like seeing the PC versions of some of these games coming out. I think it'll open up the audience a lot more.
Yeah, and the thing is, like it's the kind of game that's like, it's a PlayStation game and stuff like that, but having a Steam version might get a lot more traction for this franchise. And what I like is that they're putting a lot of these Dynasty Warriors games on Steam now. They just recently put out Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme. Yeah, so I'm hoping that they can put in a lot with that one and Pirate Warriors 3. I hope that they put in even more Dynasty Warriors games into it.
Yeah. It's something for Koei Tecmo to get on the ball with and try to, I love the Muso series. We've talked about that on God knows how many occasions, especially when Hyrule Warriors is coming out.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good idea for them to diversify the media in which you can get the games on. I mean, for the systems that can handle it. I mean, obviously, I don't know if a 3DS Muso game would be all that fun, but it would be nice to have.
I picked up Samurai Warriors for the 3DS. It was actually pretty good.
Okay. It just seems like when you get all those characters on screen, things get really small or really hectic on the DS screen.
So the good news is the game is coming out in March in Japan. And we'll be getting it in the summer.
Nice.
So the wait it's actually going to be very minimum.
Well, it's just the translation and what have you. I think it's the only thing that would really slow it down. And whatever.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're even bother putting English voices. So that's perfectly fine if that's the case.
I don't think there's a huge point to it in a Muso game personally, but I'm fine with it either way.
All right, last bit of news is that Europe is getting the new 3DS, the new controlled 3DS, and yeah.
Still no US announcement. It'll happen.
Yet.
It'll happen. There's no way it's going to release this year. There's no way.
They did this announcement by announcing an ambassador edition to a 3DS, the new controlled 3DS, and basically, I think you'd be getting it just before it, because you'll be getting it on the 12th. You have to make the pre-orders before January 12th, which is tomorrow that we're
Yes.
recording.
Yeah, no one's gonna. Well, continue.
So, and what you get is you get exclusive faceplate. You get an exclusive faceplate that says they're ambassador in Japanese and Smash Brothers case on it. And it comes with the AR cards, a 4 MB micro SD chip, and everything else.
Megabyte or gigabyte? Because if you have a 4 MB chip in there, it really does nothing.
The thing is, the micro SDs you can easily find a 32 GB one for like a song now. Seriously. So just if you're gonna buy one of these 3DSs, go to Walmart go to Walmart and buy yourself a 32 GB micro SD card, because I'm pretty sure you can find them for like $10 now.
Like, I'm thinking about doing that for my regular 3DS if I can decide to pick up a couple more games, just so I can have room to actually have all my games on my system.
I think that would actually be a good idea, as a matter of fact, if that's the case. And this kind of like, what's the guy saying? It's kind of bummed me out that this was happening, because it's like, I really want this 3DS. I really want it so bad. It's like, we haven't heard anything yet.
It's in March, and they'll be like, guess what, America? You're getting it in November. Make sure to buy it for Christmas, or we'll kill you.
That'll be the first guy in line to buy the XL.
I love my XL. It's one of the.
I saw it on like.
I like a portable system that doesn't fit in your pocket. Yes, perfect. But I love
the thing is,
it's much easier, especially when you have to touch stuff.
Well, the thing is, like I said, the reason why I want this for 2 reasons. One, I want that extra nub without having to put a huge attachment to it. And two, Amiibo support.
Amiibo support seems interesting, but I need to know what games, other than, I assume Smash Brothers already has some pre-installed stuff in there. I need to know what games they're going to be using that, because I do want the Amiibos just to have them on my desk. Oh yeah, One Piece, yeah. I want them to have them on my desk, but I'd like them to also have their proper functionality as well.
Well, they will.
Yeah, I know. If it's not for games I'm going to buy, then what's the point? Like on the Wii, Smash and Mario Kart are kind of like already set in my list of things I'd grab. And Hyrule Warriors, if I happen to grab the Link and Zelda ones, which I probably will, because much like Miguel, I am a big Zelda fan. First game I ever beat was Legend of Zelda. So that is kind of a major deal for me. Even though I haven't played original Legend of Zelda since I was a little kid. I'm not counting like the NES remix stuff on it. I mean, just legitimately loading up and playing through Legend of Zelda 1 from scratch. I haven't done that in forever. But that was one of the biggest, proudest moments of my life, when I killed Ganon at like the age of 6 or something like that. No one thought I could do it. Ha! Proved you wrong.
Alright, so the 2 games that have been confirmed for the support is Ace Combat Assault Horizon and One Piece Grand Battle X.
Wait, here's the one thing you can say about Bandai Namco. They jump on gimmicks immediately. They're just like, guess what? One Piece and Ace Combat? Yeah, they're totally getting that. They're like, of course they are. And when we guys release a Naruto game, the Naruto game will get the Amiibo support as well. And you'll have Sakura wearing the Zelda outfit or something. And you'll have Naruto in the Mario outfit. And you'll have Sasuke in the Waluigi outfit or something. I want a Waluigi amiibo now, just to put Sasuke in a Waluigi outfit. But it'd be great, because then you can have Itachi as
the most bearish Donkey Kong colors ever.
Have fun with this. I want Jiraiya in some sort of Kirby outfit.
Well, no, I'm saying for Ace Combat, it's like I just want to be in this ridiculous Donkey Kong themed jet.
Yes, I would be in for that 100%.
And I shoot banana rockets.
Like, I'd like to point out that I can't remember if it was Assault Horizon or one of the other, or 6 or 7. It was one of the more recent Ace Combats where you could actually get Idolmaster themed jets.
I think that's 6.
I think it's Assault Horizon. It says, yeah, 6 or Assault Horizon, where you could get the Idolmaster themed jets, and I'm like, you know, you go back to like World War II, and they, you know, those jets where they have like the pinup girl painted on the side of it. I'm like, you know what? Having one of the Idolmaster characters painted on the side of my jet would be kind of cool.
It was 6.
Yeah, it was 6. Okay. Yeah. I don't remember if it's just the Idolmaster 1 character list or it's the Idolmaster 2 character list.
But it's Idolmaster 1.
Okay, so
because that was way too early before the 2.
So could I get a redheaded Mickey on there or not? Am I gonna get my redheaded?
I think that's like just. I think there are based. I think there are like 3 of them based on colors. I think like like.
I don't want the character crap. I want to have the girl painted on the side of my plane.
Well, it's not even on the side of the plane. It's like literally on the plane itself.
Yeah. Just want my Team Fury characters. Is that too much to ask?
But yeah, so like, go on.
Well, they also did that for I can't remember. I think it was Tales of Xillia 1. I think has a couple of the Dreamy Stars outfits for Dearly Stars rather. Thank you, producer Sean. The Dearly Stars outfits for 3 of the girl characters in that one.
So that's basically about it for all.
Xillia, maybe one of the other ones. But Bandai loves doing that kind of stuff. They love whatever kind of cross stuff they can do. They will jump on that immediately. So knowing that they want to do that with Amiibo stuff, I'm like, yeah, of course they do. That's who they are. And yes, I want my Garish DK plane as well. No, I want my Samus Aran plane. Hells yes. I want my Metroid paint job.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's basically that's all the news I got. Miguel, do you have anything you want to contribute to all this stuff?
Not too much. I mean, we've already covered a lot of stuff. The few things I want to mention is that I've saw some stuff for Star Fox for the Wii U that's coming out this year. They're gonna have cockpit control be on the gamepad, so you have a cockpit view while you play the game.
I think that's awesome, actually. And I was expecting more games to have that, where you're going to be using both screens for different things. Because when they initially announced it, and they had stuff like Zombie U and stuff like that being shown off, a lot of those things were used both the touchpad and the main TV screen. And then it seems like a lot of games just aren't in that category. And so it's kind of cool to see that whole cockpit kind of thing on the gamepad, while you can also look up at your screen and see, the wider view of everything.
I was making mention to Miguel before the show. And it's like one of the things they could do with something like that. It's like if you got the cockpit view, maybe you can like do stuff on the cockpit like with the touchpad.
Yeah, probably.
Like I was thinking, like if you need to, if you want to go on a suicide attack.
Ramses? Did we lose Ramses?
Rams? Maybe.
Oh.
Ramses.
He was processing what I just described.
No, you just disappeared from our thing.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I was like, no. Basically, what I was trying to say is since you can use cockpit controls. If there's cockpit controls on there, you can push a button and you can eject yourself out of the wing or something like that.
Only if they're going to put in on foot mode again, which Star Fox Assault has taught us that should not happen.
Yeah, true.
Star Fox Assault, the sequel no one remembers. We all remember Dinosaur Adventures because a lot of people hate Dinosaur Planet, but everyone forgets Star Fox Assault.
Yep.
I won't forget Star Fox Assault because I actually was suckered into that game by the ads of the game itself.
Well, the game looked pretty good, and it's the whole with on-foot missions and dedicated tank missions. I'm like, wow, because using the tank and the submarine were my least favorite parts of 64. So I just want to be in the R-wing blowing stuff up. Is that too much to ask? Look, I don't want to play
very little R-wings action in that game, unfortunately.
I don't want to play Wing Commander and then suddenly use a tank. I don't want to play Ace Combat and suddenly use a tank. I don't want to play TIE Fighter or X-Wing versus TIE Fighter and suddenly get into a walker. I take back. I wouldn't mind to get into a walker. That'd actually be pretty awesome.
Actually, isn't that Rebel Assault 3?
Yeah, Rebel Assault 3 has stuff like that, but Rogue Squadron 3. Rogue Squadron 3, not Rebel Assault 3. There was no Rebel Assault 3. Rebel Assault 1 and 2. But yeah, I mean, Star Wars might be the one exception to that. But for the most part, I don't want to just... I want to play my flying game to play my flying game. The submission is hard for other reasons, actually, not just being a different vehicle. It's just that was just a difficult mission in general.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things in my mind where I'm like, I just want Star Fox. Is that too much to ask? I'm fine with having like the specific missions where you're using the Landmaster and you're using the submarine or whatever, but I don't need it. It seems like Assault was you're just going to rotate between those 3 types of missions, and I'm like, no. Make them options. If they're optional paths, I'm fine with that. If they're mandatory, I'm not. So, it seems like they're going back to basics with this, or to an extent. They're going back to 64, I feel, with the Star Fox Wii U.
Yeah, here's hoping.
I sincerely hope. And what else is there you want to discuss?
Then I know that past week, last week we had the Amazing Games Done Quick.
Awesome Games Done Quick.
Awesome games. We want to mention that I watched the stream for the Metroid yesterday, and caught some of the Game Boy, the Red and Blue 21-minute run. All fun. Those games are awesome, honestly.
By the way, if you have not lived till you see that run of Pokemon. Basically, what they do is they completely take control of the game, and they set it up so now it was a Twitch chat. I am not kidding you on what I just said at all. It sounds like I'm on drugs, but I'm not. I could be, but I'm not. And then the one I saw, the one that's the one that I think that was most interesting was like they had a Mega Man Unlimited run, which was like wow. It's like now seeing this game like this, like damn, it's really cool. And I've been in and out watching it like it's like I use it more as like background noise whenever I'm doing work and stuff like that. So. I will just turn it on and I don't care what game they're running as long as they just keep me amused. So for the most part, the one I most paid attention was that one. So it's like, did you see any of that marathon, Jared?
No, I've been busy with other things. Between my flight, between chaperoning a dance, between some last-minute family things, a major eye appointment. Just life has been insane. I haven't had the chance to watch any of it.
Well, it should be on YouTube. Go to AGDQ uploads, and it should be like all the major ones should be uploaded. And over the next couple of days, all of them should be uploaded.
Okay. Well, that's
What? I gotta see this one. Anyways,
who's playing a piano?
Is there any? Not me.
It's the background music for the game.
Let's just catch on your mic.
Yep.
So you honestly think we have super piano here?
Okay. Well, I think that's basically it for the news. And as we only have a few more minutes left of the show, I figure we can probably get this done real quick. Since Ramses, Miguel, and I have all played different... Well, Ramses and I have played the 3DS version, and Miguel has played both Wii versions of the NES remakes. I figure we could probably do a quick little discussion of our thoughts on the game in general, and give our little quick review here in like the last 10-15 minutes of the show.
My review is this: I hate the 3DS controls.
I will admit that for certain games, the 3DS controls do make it kind of a pain in the butt. Specifically the Mario ones, because normally I'm used to my A and B buttons being next to each other, which makes running and jumping a heck of a lot easier rather than have this weird angle I have to put my hand at in order to have that. But it's only games like that it's really an issue. The Zelda, Punch-Out, Donkey Kong, stuff like that, it wasn't as much of an issue. Really, I see it as Mario 1, 2, and 3. hurting the most from that. It's kind of a pain. What's one thing I noticed when I'm a big, like I said, I'm a big fan of Mario 2. One of the things I noticed while playing Mario 2 is I realized I've been completely, I don't know what the right word is, but in Super Mario All-Stars, they tightened up a few things and altered a few minor things to the gameplay for Mario, all the Marios that are on that collection. And the one thing I forgot is that in the Nintendo version of Mario 2, you have to stand directly in the middle of something if you're going to lift it up. Versus you could be partly off center or on the side of it, like I could do in Super Mario All-Stars. So when I'm trying to fight Birdo, and I'm picking up one of the little stool thingies, and I'm on like the part side of it, I'm not directly in the middle, and I just take damage, and I take damage, and I take damage. And I'm like, I want it lift! And I had that fun frustration this morning until I'm like, oh, right, I gotta be in the dead center. And the little thing that I'm like, oh, I've been babied by Mario All-Stars, because that cleared that up a little bit. But for the most part, I mean, like a friend of mine was saying, this game is kind of meant to be frustrating. That's kind of part of the goal, is to be... If you could just do all the challenges in 10 minutes, the game wouldn't be worth it. What are the rest of your thoughts?
That's what I feared. That like all these challenges, I thought that would take a couple. I thought it would take a couple of minutes to do it, and some of them do. And the thing is, what I like a lot, what I like about the game is that it's like there's a lot of stuff to come back to. That's why I found myself. That's why I found myself very interested in. It's like I find myself continuing to play that game. And it's great is that there's a wide variety of games, even more so I think in the 3DS version than on the Wii U version. Not to say that the Wii U version is not that great. It's just I think in my opinion there's a better variety. Like unlike the Wii U version, the 3DS version has Kirby's Adventure.
But I think Kirby's Adventure is in NES Remix too. I think I might be wrong on that. It's not. Is that in either version? It's unique for ours.
Yes.
Sweetness. I love the Kirby games. The older Kirby games. I haven't played the newer ones, but I've heard they're also really good. I just haven't played them. No, my bad. I like the variety. I mean, it's nice.
No, yeah, you're right. No, you're right. It's on 2.
Okay. So I think this has a mix of games from 1 and 2. But the one thing I noticed is the challenges are a little bit different, and I actually like that because. When I was stumped on one thing, before I knew you could go to the rankings and watch other people play through that challenge, I ended up going online to just see if someone YouTubed it. And it's like, oh, well, this is from the original remix. So I'll do this. I'm like, wait a second, this level's different. Or they're using a different character. I'm like, oh, it's actually different than the console version. I thought it was just a port, more or less. And some missions are exactly the same, but some are different in different ways. Like the Punch-Out missions I did, several of them were completely different than the ones Miguel was doing when Miguel was doing his run-through of NES Remix. So I actually kind of liked that. That kind of threw me off and was completely unexpected, because I was expecting it to be the exact same thing. And I like that it isn't. Because that means if you do own the console version, you could own this version, and while some challenges are the same, they might be altered in ways you might not expect. Like the Dr. Mario things have a completely different layout, even if it's the same, beat all 4 viruses using a 2-chain combo. That's in both games, but the virus setup is completely different in both games. And, they still have the, Mario 1, where you have to run... you're infinitely running on the flying fish, one of the flying fish levels, and it's just running you forward. And you have to, that one was such a pain. I don't think I've beaten it actually, because when it gets that part where the bridge is like 2 small pieces, I keep mistiming my jump to be able to get the get across that little gap. But they do have the challenges like that, and the one thing I will say about this game, be it the DS or the console version, it's a great game to play with friends, because you can do the whole, I can't do this one, you try it, Bill. And they hand it to Bill, and if Bill gets frustrated, you can hand it to Steve, or Jane, or whatever. I'm making up names here, none of which are my friends' actual names. And I do like that. I mean, I had that with one challenge, one of the Dr. Mario challenges. I just handed up over to a friend. I was like, "Oh, I'm getting frustrated. Can you just do this real quick?" And my friend started it. He's like, "Wait a second. How do you play Dr. Mario?" I'm like, "You don't know how to play Dr. Mario?" He's like, "I didn't have a Nintendo growing up. I had a Genesis." I'm like, "Oh, well, you do that." I explained the rules to him. He's like, "Okay."
Columns, just without columns.
Yes. It's basically, it's simple. You stack 3 of the same color on a virus. And I like to say, what are these weird alien things? I'm like, those are the viruses. Oh, okay. And then he did it, and he's like, okay, done. Thank you. I was having it's frustrating trying to get that score number that I needed, and the 3-star rating. So I went to someone who basically almost exclusively now plays puzzle games and he plays shooters. That's all he plays now. So I was like, no, play the Mr. Puzzle game, take a break off of Candy Crush in order to just go and do this for me right quick and earn the 1,000 score really fast. So I got the 3-star rating. So although he didn't get the shiny 3-star rating, so you didn't put me on the leaderboards, or high on the leaderboards, unfortunately.
Anyways, Miguel, what are your thoughts on the game?
Which one? NES Remix?
Yes.
Yes.
They're all fun. I enjoy playing every single one of those games. And I know on the stream a while back, you guys saw me. I was trying to beat the time for one of those punch-out rounds, but I just kept being 2/10 of a second short of being one of the best records on there. But it was fun. There's a nostalgic feeling on that.
Yeah, that happened to me too. Where it's like there's a remix double for Kirby. I think they think it was a remix double for Kirby with Mario Brothers, and I was only like about a couple of seconds away from the world record. And I kept at it.
I'm like attempted the records because I'm just like, no, I don't want to. I will drive myself insane. Especially when I've seen some of these videos and how fast people are doing it. I'm like, oh my god, how do you do that?
One of the cool things I think for the 3DS one is that if you get all the stars on it, you unlock Famicom Remix.
Not even close to getting all the stars. Like I said, I've done a couple challenges on almost every game except for like Kid Icarus and Balloon Fight and Excite Bike. I think are the only ones I haven't played yet. And I just unlocked Adventures of Link. Legend of Zelda 2, so I haven't had a chance to play that yet. So I'm going to slowly play at this game.
So yeah, like once you get all the stars, it doesn't matter if you get like the shiny or not. Once you get all the stars in every mode, you unlock the Famicom mode and it just turns the game into the Japanese mode. So to tell you spoilers, Super Mario Bros. 2 is not Super Mario Bros. 2.
So I actually can play the Doki Doki Panic challenges?
Yes, it's all Doki Doki Panic.
Nice. Are the challenges different or harder? Or?
No, they're the same. It's just with the Famicom with a Famicom code paint on it.
Okay. That'd be still kind of fun to just kind of go through just to see some of the differences. But I'd have to do all the Doki Doki levels just to see what the big differences are for Doki Doki.
Alrighty. So is that everybody else's opinion?
I think we can give our final verdicts. I think we've had enough of a discussion here. I mean, a lot from Miguel for a lot of his discussion and thoughts actually are the live streams of it, which you can find on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I'll probably link one or more of those playthroughs on this episode as well. So I think we can all round robin our recommendation. Miguel, your final verdict on NES Remix console version?
Buy it.
Buy it.
Alright. Ramses?
Buy it.
Buy it, but don't buy it full price.
Okay. I'm going to say I also am on the it is a buy, but it's a buy if you enjoy old school games or like giving yourself really unnecessary handicaps while playing games, because otherwise you'll just get frustrated and quit. It's because some of these challenges are a real pain and make you just want to go rah! And scream. And I mean, you guys heard me playing some of it last night, and my family can attest to some of these challenges, just making me just drop a lot of F-bombs. So it can be frustrating, but it is rewarding, especially if you enjoy the old school games. So yes, that is basically a unanimous secret stage. Buy the NES Remix, console or handheld, you'll love it. So,
well, like I said, my extra caveat is like, don't buy it if you see it for like $19.99 or like $15. Please buy it because they'll use yourself here. Other than that, it's like, you know, I would recommend it more if it had a lot more going. If there was a lot more games in there. But that's pretty much like the games they have in there. That's pretty much like the standard ISO of games that they will always re-release on like the virtual console. So, anyways.
It's also, by the way, as a secondary point here, if you're not sure whether or not you want to play one of the old school virtual console games, these basically are the little snippets of them. So now that I've played through like some of the Kirby Adventure ones, I'm like, man, I forgot how much I love Kirby, and maybe next time that's on sale, I'll grab Kirby's Adventure and get that on my 3DS, because I forgot how much I enjoy that game. Yeah, so it's really bringing those memories back, though I will admit that I don't want to play any of the classic Mario Brothers games unless they are on the All-Stars version. So, because I got spoiled by the All-Stars version and the minor fixes they did to the game. So, but anyhow, if there's nothing else anyone else wants to say, I'll wrap up the show. So if you guys have anything else, say it now.
Poop.
Exactly what I got, Ramses.
Boobies.
Okay, Ramses, that's not any kind of game related stuff.
Okay,
There are a lot of boobies in video games.
I'm gonna end the show before Ramses makes it any more blue. So for Ramses, Miguel, Background Becky, and Baby Miguel, this is Jared saying, game over and winners don't do drugs.
Vader has big boobs.
God's sake.
Remember, that can always be cut out in the clean audio. Anyways, thanks for sticking around and watching. I'm gonna cut this video out for the episode, but you can still continue watching the live stream of this for our after show, because I'm gonna continue playing. So just hold on just for a little bit while I cut the stream to cut this episode, and I'll be back on in just a little bit.
Ooh. Sorry.